What about favorite sports NFL teams?
Oh man,
I just said I'm a Giants fan.
he's a boring Giant fan. He did have the opportunity to kiss Eli Manning on the lips. So that's how he became a Giant fan.
Not true.
Yes, the Giants. They drafted Eli Manning in 2004. Speedy was a little baby, a little boy.
I was 9.
Yeah, he was a little baby, a little boy, and he had the opportunity to go to the draft. And Eli was sitting right next to him. And when he got drafted,
I never went to the draft.
When he got drafted, he kissed Eli Manning on the lips. His wife let him.
Never been to the NFL.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
I have never been to the NFL draft.
He's a liar.
I would have told you about it in 3 years that I've known you if I did.
You don't wear tighty whities, which is a lie.
You don't think I would have told you if I ever went to the NFL draft?
I don't know. Oh, my God. Coby, this is what I deal with. I'm a Jet fan. Unfortunately, I've been rooting on a team that's been really, really bad for the last 50 years. There's really nothing more to say. We're the worst team in the NFL. We have the worst offense in the NFL. We have one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and we have arguably the worst coach in NFL history. So there you go. I mean, how much more do you want to know about me, especially with the New York Jets? The only team.
I have a question for. How'd you feel when Jamal Adams was gone?
I was happy.
For it, why?
I have never been a Jamal Adams fan. I was only a Jamal Adams fan when he was drafted. When he opened his mouth, he didn't know when to shut it. And as good as Jamal Adams was for the New York Jets, and he was good for one full year, he was an all-pro player. He deserved it. He thinks more highly of himself than he really should. He had 6 sacks. He had 6 sacks last year. And all 6 sacks came from teams that didn't even make the playoffs, teams that were under 500 by at least 3 or 4 games. Jamal Adams is one of the most overrated defensive players in the NFL. He is not a $90 million guy. I was actually excited when the Jets, when I heard the Jets got 2 first rounds, a 3rd round, and Bradley McDougall for him, because to me, that was an absolute steal when you can get 2 first-round draft picks for a safety. So my answer to you, I was very excited. A lot of Jet fans were probably pulling their hairs out and probably jumping off a building. I was actually excited. So there you go.
Okay, all right. I thought that was going to be the total opposite.
Well, I know a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, Jamal Adams, I know you loved him. I never liked Jamal Adams. I don't like cocky guys. I really don't. I like guys that are humble, that are going to go out there and put their game on the line and show people why they're worth the money that they get for their scholarships. They're worth the money that they get from the NFL. They're worth the draft pick that they got drafted at. They're worth every position that and everything they've done or how hard they work to get where they are. So I look humble guys like that. And Jamal Adams is not a humble guy. He's a guy that thinks highly of himself and only himself. So my answer to you is I was not happy. I was very excited, very much so.
One of our fans, Carl, has a question. Pancakes or waffles?
I would have to say waffles.
He's a waffle man. Buttermilk or
Belgian.
Belgian. What do you like?
Probably Belgian.
You like the Belgian, huh? You like the Belgian. Well, after this, you can go to Denny's over there. I know Florida has a lot of Denny's over there, so they actually make some good waffles. So, Tampa over there. You're in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
We have Jeff from Tampa over there.
And Carl.
We can Carl too.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hook you up with them. I'll take you out for a nice little dinner. Carl, he's a teacher. He's a coach. He's not a Florida Seminole fan, that's for sure. He's a Michigan fan. He's from Michigan. He's from Detroit. So I don't know if he's a big Florida fan, but I am. I'm a Seminole fan, and I got your back, bud. So anybody puts their hands on you, they got to deal with me. All right, last question, bud.
Well, this is a big one. What are your guys' thoughts on Antonio Brown?
Good question.
It is a good question. I mean, it's a cheap value, so it's not going to be anything much than that. He's going to probably be a number 3 type receiver with Evans and Godwin, assuming both of them are healthy at the same time, which really they haven't been so far this year. In terms of the fit with Arians, in terms of his raw offensive scheme, I think it's good. We've seen him do well with small receivers in the past, but again, how Antonio Brown's game will be removed from the league for a while and older for a smaller receiver is going to be tough to tell.
Oh, I think it's a good move by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Antonio Brown fits the scheme. I think you can move him in the slot. I think that's where Arians is going to move him. I think he's going to be more elusive in the slot, especially with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and especially with some of the teams in the NFC that really don't have good slot corners. They're the best slot corners in the NFL are from the AFC. So I think it benefits a team like the Buccaneers where they could put him in the slot. He's untouchable, and there's a lot of teams that are not going to be able to defend the ability that he has and extending plays and opening the field up for Tom Brady. So I think it was a great move. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks, but I think when the playoffs come around, it's going to help the Buccaneers. But all in all, I still think the Buccaneers are missing some pieces to be a Super Bowl contending championship team. So I know a lot of people probably think I'm nuts, but look what they did against the Giants this past week.
That was surprising.
Yeah, well, it wasn't to me. I actually, if you guys actually had the opportunity to watch our show or listen to our show, I actually said the Giants would have a chance to win the game. Did I not, Speedy? Mm-hmm. So, and I think the one thing that Tom Brady can't handle is pressure up the middle. And that's what the Giants caused. That's the havoc that they put pressure on. And there are teams like a team that they're playing this week, the Saints, that love to put pressure up the middle. And you saw them in the first game, and they lost the first game, and I believe they'll lose this week as well because I think the Saints are, when they get healthy, they're just that much better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Michael Thomas practiced this today, so that's a good sign for him.
So there you go. You can do a dance. So do you like to dance, Bud?
It's not really my thing.
What do you like to sing? Really... What is your thing? What do you like to do in your spare time?
My spare time, I mean, I don't really have spare time, really.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's workout, school, and then I'll just play video games. That's it.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite video game?
It's got to be Call of Duty.
Oh, I'm not a Call of Duty fan, man. Are you?
It's got to be Call of Duty.
You like?
Or it's Madden. It's one of those.
Oh, so you're a good Madden player?
Yeah, but it gets me. I get mad. Like it gets me upset just the stuff that happens. But I would say I'm pretty good at Madden, but. It just
you have a PlayStation or Xbox?
I have a PlayStation.
Oh, good. Well, we need to play. We need to play. We need to swap names and go at it. I do believe I'm going to whip your butt, but that's just me.
Yeah, the newer Maddens are also a lot glitchier too. I don't know if you've played some of the older ones in comparison. They've become a lot glitchier too, so that's probably why you get mad a lot more often.
Well, that's because Speedy stinks. That's why. I'm just kidding. He's a lot better.
Because I have a connection with all the EA Sports people.
Well, I do. I do have a couple of connections, but I'm not a video game fan. But when it comes to sports. I like to play basketball, I love football, I love hockey, I love all the sports games. Call of Duty, I can never control those guns, man. I mean, just so much going on. People coming behind you and shooting you in the back of the head. I mean, what kind of fun is that? I mean, I before I even get to understand where I am, I'm getting shot down, I'm getting killed. I mean, I don't like it. It's just something, and there's glitches in that game too. I mean,
there is.
There's a lot of glitches. There are guys that hide behind like walls and they shoot you dead. I mean, it's crazy. It's just not something that I like. Carl says EA Sports, it's in the game. It's absolutely in the game. It's not in my game, but it's in the game. So Coby, by the way, we are talking to Florida State tight end recruit Coby Gross, 3-star recruit. It doesn't matter what star he is. He's the Seminole star, so he's a 5-star recruit in my eyes. And anybody that has anything different, I'll smack the hell out of you. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So, Coby, why don't you tell the fans how they can find you on social media?
My Twitter and Instagram are the same thing. It's Coby, Koby, and then 13, and then a K at the end. So that's both of my Twitter and my Instagram.
Now, Coby, next year when the season starts, I want you to be a fan of the show. I want to get you on. I want to hear a little bit about your stories about the Seminoles outside, the parties that you're going to, the women that you're talking to. I want to know all of it. Okay, we need to be buds, man. You're the only Seminole I've actually interviewed. I've interviewed some of the top recruits in the country. I am more excited to interview you because you're playing for my team. Okay, that is an importance to me and how we move forward here. Okay, so and I hope that when you succeed as a college tight end, you go to the Jets and you play with Trevor Lawrence and you win us a couple of Super Bowls. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Oh, it sounds good for me. Hopefully that dream actually comes true. It could be a nightmare after this year. It's been a nightmare really for the last 20, 25 years of watching this team, but that's just me. Coby, thank you for joining us, bud. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Have you ever done an interview like this before?
I have.
Okay. I have. Crazy like us?
No.
Oh, well, that's good. So you'll always remember the craziness. And remember, when you become an NFL player and you're in that draft party, you're going to invite us to your draft. I'm going to be going to a lot of draft parties, by the way. I was invited to quite a few of them. Speedy, at least 50 of them, right?
Something like that. I don't know. That's right.
That's
right. You're gonna draft party hop.
Yeah, that's why not? I mean, Devin Kirkwood, the number one cornerback prospect in 2021, he invited me to his Skittles. What did he say?
I forget the
no, the gummy,
term.
Not the Skittles, the gummy bears.
Yeah.
He's the gummy bears. He's going to have a gummy bears after party where he's going to be dancing in his gummy bears. It's going to be a party of gummy bears. So, so this is what we're going to do, bud, because you're a Skittles fan and you're playing for my Seminoles. If you score 4 touchdowns in your first year with the Seminoles, I'm going to send you a month's supply of Skittles.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm being serious now. Speedy's going to keep tabs of this.
We have video proof.
We have video proof to everything that I promised. I do owe, what's his name again?
Oh, the 2 pizzas.
You know, I'm going to do that tonight. I got to buy the pizza. And I got to send this. I got to get some Ziploc bags. I promised O'Reilly.
Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard, the future star quarterback for Duke, an opportunity to have try New York pizza. And the other one, who was he?
Aiden Logan,
the offensive lineman for who?
Oh, yeah. Who was he from? Was he Appalachian State?
Appalachian State, yes. Appalachian State. I told him I would send him some pieces of some pizza. So I got to figure out how I can send it to them overnight and fly it over now. I know they're probably saying that guy lied to me, but I did not lie to you guys. I will send you guys pizza. I promise you. I'm a man of my word. I pretty much stuck to my word. Coby, thank you for joining us, bud. We'll be in touch, man. I definitely want to keep in touch with you, see your growth as a player, and I know you believe that, and you and I believe that you're going to be a future NFL player. Just let's hope it's for the New York Jets. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, man.